Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. We're talking today about how to last longer as a man or how to have better orgasms as a woman. Now, what's interesting is a lot of the process on how we do this is very, very similar. The techniques of how women can actually have better orgasms are very similar to the techniques of how men can actually last longer and stay harder in bed. This really helps to solve the orgasm gap. And I want to say before we get into all of the information today that a lot of times people focus and couples focus on orgasming at the same time. While this is a beautiful thing when it happens, it is actually a little bit of a challenging thing to line up everything perfectly. So I just want to name here before we get into this information that there's absolutely no problem with one person having an orgasm first and letting that settle and letting them enjoy the feeling and then moving on to finish the other person. And that is the most common way things will happen. It's really common, for example, in heterosexual sex for the woman to start to feel like she's getting close, but the things that the man is doing to get her close, if he stops them, then she goes kind of down in her arousal, but he needs to stop them in order to not orgasm. So lining it up with the exact amount of pressure and thrust and positions and all of that for both people to orgasm at the same time is actually quite difficult. Now, as we get into the material today around the arousal and around how to last long as a man and how to orgasm better as a woman, I want to also, before I get into that, make sure to remind you guys about the natural turn-ons and turn-offs and the libido codes that we have. So remember the libido codes. I've talked about this on this channel before, but it's been a minute. And the libido codes are those like languages that we have, the sex languages that we have that turn us on or turn us off. And so one thing that can happen a lot with foreplay is that we are missing each other's signals. So just like the book Love Languages by Gary Chapman, where people had different ways of giving and receiving love, and if we don't understand this, we oftentimes miss each other's signals. The same thing is true for our sex languages known as the libido codes. So when you learn your libido codes and you learn your partner's libido codes, you can know more about how your partner is signaling to you, as well as how to get your partner in the mood. So you can take the libido code test for free at libidocode.com, and I will have that in the show notes. Now, getting into today's material. So one of the biggest things for both men and women is playing with the scale of arousal. So the scale of arousal is basically from 0, not being aroused at all the way up to 10, which is that kind of that point of no return where we're basically going to orgasm. And the concept of edging applies for women and men. And what this concept is we get more and more and more aroused right until we get to, say, a 7 out of 10. This is when things are starting to really feel juicy. Your body is turned on, you know you're going to move towards that orgasm. And you want to start stopping that pleasure and slowing down that pleasure, doing something different. I'm going to explain this in a moment, right around that 7 or that 8. And so when you're a man and you stop at that point, it prevents you from going over the edge. When you're a woman and you stop at that point, what that does is it lowers you down on the arousal cycle so you also don't go over the edge. But for women, when you play with getting close and then pulling back, and then you're getting close and pulling back, one of the things that we'll do is that will allow you to build over time more intensity, which actually leads to a much longer and a much better quality orgasm. So what we want to do is we want to bring arousal to a 7 or 8. And then at that point, when we're to that 7 or 8, we want to either stop all stimulation, or another thing that can sometimes help to bring people back down, especially women, is to do something different. So let's say we're on a rhythm of thrusting at a certain pace and pattern, and you're pleasing her in a certain way, and that's really getting her aroused. Well, then if you change the pattern, if you change the pace, if you do something different, that usually brings her down. So for women, once something is working, doing the same thing is generally what's going to bring her to that point of no return. And then if you change it, that's going to lower her arousal. So if you're at a point where she's more aroused, if you're a man listening, you're at a point where she's more aroused and you're trying to bring her down and you got your arousal under control, you're not at that edge yet, then you can, instead of stopping, you can actually then do something different, change your pace, change your rhythm, change your position, and that will break her arousal and bring her back down on the scale. And you might, sometimes think like, well, why would I want to do that for a woman? Well, part of a woman having more profound and full body orgasms is playing in that edge before they get to that point of no return. So you want to kind of lower that arousal, generally not all the way back to baseline, but around like a 4 or 5, where it's like, okay, I still feel good, I'm still feeling pleasurable, but I'm not at that point where it's like, oh, I'm getting close. And then you want to cycle this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times as you learn your body's signals. And then once you've done this several times, that's when you guys then can work on actually going to that point of no return and having an orgasm. So when you do that as a man, that really will help you last longer. Oftentimes you can have better orgasms that way as well. And then if you do that as a woman, that really is where you're going to increase that orgasmic quality. And one of the things too that we see, that if the mental control is not enough, if you're having a hard time, especially as a man, but also as a woman, there's a point in Chinese medicine called Wei Yin. And this is a acupuncture point. And it's basically the acupuncture point on the perineum. So sometimes if you're pressing on this point as a man, it can also put the brakes on and prevent you from going over the hill there. So that's another super helpful technique. But in the end, I find that it's really helpful, especially for women, to play this way, because the quality of the orgasm usually is related to them coming back for more, right? And so as women, and men too, like when we have oxytocin and all the chemicals in our body that are released at orgasm, one of the things it sends to the brain is sends a signal to the brain that says, oh, this is good, I want more of it. But if a woman is having lackluster orgasms, and even if she is orgasming, maybe she's not orgasming at all, but even if she is, and they're not that great, meaning like, oh, they're localized, they're not like that powerful, it's not sending as much of a signal to the brain to come back for more. So part of really working with the low libido picture is really also helping women and men too, but oftentimes men have a much easier time of having more profound orgasms. So speaking to the women here, the more women can have more and more profound orgasms and feel those changes in the body and in the brain actually will come online and say, oh, wow, that is so good, I want more of it. And it can really increase the craving to have more regular sex. So please do go download the libido code that you will find in the show notes. That is your free test to see what your libido code type is, your turn-ons, your turn-offs. Please do subscribe so you don't miss any other of information that is coming down the pipeline. I'm Dr. Diane, your libido doc. We'll see you all soon.